Hi, Omega Khaos here again with another online tech profile, and this time I'm going to show my Dark Virus deck. So this is basically the cards from the Layer of Darkness structure deck, and these cards are very flexible and can be used in many ways, but it's definitely more of a pure version of that strategy. So I guess let's go over this deck. Of course, first the main boss master of this deck, Darkest Diabolos, Lord of the Lair. Your opponent cannot tribute this card, and it cannot be targeted with card effects. And if a dark monster you control is tributed, you can spell summon this card from the hand or graveyard. And you can also tribute one dark monster, then your opponent places one card from their hand to the top of the deck or the bottom of the deck. So essentially, you can summon it constantly while you are tributing your dark monsters, and it's pretty hard to get rid of it, and it even cannot be kaiju, but can be get rid of by non-targeting effects. So yeah, definitely a very good card, and basically the main wing condition of this deck. Then 3 Arima, King of Wickedness. You can discard this card to add a Layer of Darkness from the deck to the hand. You can tribute one dark monster, you draw one card, and also if you tribute a dark monster other than this card, you can instead search for a dark monster with 2000 or more defense. So essentially your boss monster or Duke Shade. So definitely a very good card, and especially to be able to summon your Diabolos. And then 1 Duke Shade, King of the Umbra. One of the more weaker cards from a structure deck, but it's still pretty good. You can tribute any number of dark monsters. You spell summon this card from the hand, and then it gains 400 attack for each card tributed. And also, if this card is normal spell summoned, you can target any level 4 higher dark monster in the graveyard and add it to your hand. But you can only spell summon dark monsters during a turn you activate either of these cards' effects. Definitely pretty good, but you don't really need more than one. But I might use more. I'm not completely sure yet. Then 3 Lilith, Lady of Lament. A very good card for sure for this deck. The ocean attack of this normal summon card becomes 1000, so it kind of becomes like a crush card virus target. And also it has a quick effect that says you can tribute one dark monster, reveal 3 normal traps from a deck, and your opponent randomly picks one for you to set to the field, and then you shuffle the rest back to the deck. So essentially, this card works very well in this deck. You can search for your viruses or any other normal trap cards, and it has a quick effect so it works very well as a disruption card if you have your fear spell on the field. But that would be really good. Then 2 Tomb Caliber Knight. Now we have the deck cards in this deck, so essentially really good because its effect attributes itself to negate the monster effect, and it's a mandatory effect as well. So pretty good. Still testing, but so far it seems pretty decent. Then 2 Curry Bandit. During the end phase you tribute this card, and then execute top 5. You add any spell trap, and then send to the rest of the graveyard. I think you probably know what this card does, but essentially it's a dark monster that tributes itself. So that's already pretty good for this deck. But only round 2 because it's only really good like first turn and stuff, because it's a pretty slow card. And also if you don't have your Diabolos, it's just a good way to maybe get Diabolos to the graveyard. Then destroy the Lost Dragon's Vision to make your level 7 synchros with this card. Pretty good in this deck, because obviously you can send it to the graveyard with Armageddon Knight, which I also use in this deck, like you probably see. Then 1 Blackwing Steam the Cloak. Essentially, if I send it to the graveyard with like Armageddon Knight, I can tribute one monster, the spell smite, and then of course that triggers Diabolos. So that's pretty good for sure. So yeah, and the 3 Armageddon Knight, I use it to essentially set up my Diabolos in the graveyard, or send like the Strudel or Blackwing Steam the Cloak, so that is definitely a really good card for this deck. And the one Rota to search it out, so yeah, pretty much really good. Then Lair of Darkness, the field spell and very necessary card for this deck. One of the other main win conditions. Essentially, all face-up monsters on the field become dark attribute, and once per turn if you will tribute the top monsters or monster to activate the card effect, you can tribute one dark monster your opponent controls as if you controlled it yourself. And once per turn to the end phase, plus as many shadow tokens to the turn's player's field in defense position up to the number of monsters that were tributed this turn while this card was face up on the field. So that's definitely really good, and you can tribute your opponent's monsters, so that's really amazing, and also get some extra tokens in the end phase. So really amazing card. You have to get to it as fast as possible, and works very well with several cards in this deck. Then of course free terraforming to search out Lair of Darkness. You basically have like essentially 9 copies of Lair of Darkness in this deck. Your free Ariamas, Lair of Darkness itself, and free terraforming. Then free Allure of Darkness, pretty good for draw power, because sometimes you don't really want to have multiples of a certain card, because this deck can be a little bit normal summon reliant. Then Foolish Spiral, of course, to send Diablos to the graveyard or Destrudo or Steam the Cloak. Then trap cards, all of these traps are searchable with Lilith, so that's really good. So 2 Full Force Virus, tribute the Dark Monster with 2000 or more defense, and then you look at your opponent's hand, all monsters they control, and all cards they draw until the end of their third turn after this card's activation, and then destroy all those monsters with 59 or less defense. So definitely one of the best virus cards for sure. Then 1 Eradicator Epidemic Virus. So tribute Dark Monster with 2500 or more attack, and then you either destroy spells or taps. So yeah, a really good card for sure, and limited for a good reason. Then 1 Crush card as a deck card. Obviously it's not as good as it used to be, so I'm kinda uncertain about it, but I think it still works very well, because a Lair of Darkness's tokens are all Crush card targets. So yeah, still testing it out, but right now it definitely does work sometimes, I guess. But might take it out in the future. Then free Ballista Squad. This card comes out in Cybernetic Revolution, so once I build it in real life, I won't be able to use this card right away. Instead of this card, I will probably use like Horn of Heaven or something. But this card is really good because it's searchable with Lilith. You essentially tribute a monster to destroy one card your opponent controls. So obviously it works with your Lair of Darkness, your Diablos, and all that. So that's why I'm definitely using it, and it's very versatile as well. So more than Horn of Heaven for sure, but it's a little bit less powerful, I guess. And free Minecraft, because it combos very well with your virus cards. But I am a little bit uncertain about this card. Obviously it's really good when you have your virus combo, but if you don't have it, then you won't be able to see your opponent's hand. It can be a bit underwhelming at times. So that was the traps. Now let's do the extra deck. Extra deck is not really relevant in this deck much at all, but you still use it. So first your level 7 Synchros for Destrudo. So Dark Strike Fighter, it's very essential for this deck, because you can tribute itself or any other monster you control, and then of course inflict damage to your opponent, but you can only activate it during your main phase 1. Essentially you tribute itself, and then you can trigger your Diablos effect, so that's why I use it. Then 1 Clearing Synchro Dragon, really good. Oldest Metropolis Dragon, Black Rose Moon Dragon, regular Black Rose, and Edge of Fairy Dragon, because obviously you run your field spell. Then Exist monsters, Bakuska, pretty good. Breaksword and the TD rank 3. It on your Link monsters. Poralot Dragon. Dobrosi Bomber Dragon. Ninkirso, pretty good. Proxy Dragon and 2 Link Spider, of course, because obviously you summon tokens if your fiat spell. So this was my Dark Virus attack. So it's definitely a very fun deck to play. Could be pretty competitive, but it is a bit slow, I guess. So yeah, we'll see. So I hope you enjoyed this online deck profile. For now, goodbye and Omega Khaos out.